Hi, thanks for tuning into the Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. This is an adults only channel. It's for adult collector. So if you're under 13, please stop watching and go fuck yourself. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Two idiots, one camera.
A guest
star and a review. He's no longer a guest star, unless you're referring to the toy. But
Dr. Smith was a guest star for the entire run of Lost in Space.
Well, this is not Lost in Space. This is something almost as horrible. I'm Wilson. Next to me is the Bearded Thunder, man of the hour, nicest person I know.
Spawn.
You fuck. And then to my right is the man who knows everything.
Toast.
And we are reviewing another Fortnite figure.
Yes. Shocking.
Jazwares Fortnite Leviathan.
Call me Fishmail. So, Mr. Toast.
Yes.
If that is your name.
Mm-hmm.
This is your toy.
Yes.
Should we start off by saying why this is your toy?
Sure.
Why is this your toy?
Do you even know? Have you heard?
No.
Oh. So I plan to customize this guy into Fear Agent.
Really?
Yes.
I cannot wait. My guess is you probably just have a Fear Agent head already lying around your house.
Well, I'm planning to use the bearded Peter Parker head from Cosmic Spider-Man.
It's a genius. That's why I say he only knows everything. He's a fucking genius, dude.
But I'm going to need Berg to 3D print a neck.
I'm going to try. So anyway,
this guy.
We're just doing a short shock review of this guy. It's from Jazwares, who has their own 6-inch line of Fortnite guys.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the, in my opinion, superior
7-inch McFarlane.
Yes, Jazwares also tends to, or at least originally, do more of the funkier, sillier characters, in my opinion. They did the tomato guy. They did the bunny suit guy.
And then they do the banana? Or does
That's Tom McFarlane.
They both did.
Did they both do the banana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or are doing.
Okay.
Depending on when this is.
Jazwares is doing Ragnarok. I don't want it.
He's a fish in a spacesuit.
So here's a spacesuit.
Yep.
It's got a pretty decent sculpt. I'll give it to you.
Dope. I agree.
He's been shot. That happens sometimes.
Now, is it a spacesuit?
You think it's a
underwater suit? Does anybody else think it may be an underwater scuba diving suit, considering he's an amphibian?
I think it's so he can survive on land.
That's a good point.
It's fair.
Because most of Fortnite, in my zero experience with it, is not underwater. So, anyway, it's got a pretty decent sculpt and okay paint. For those of you who've watched Megamind, this is Minion, or Fishhead. As I was saying, it's pretty good sculpt. The bandage on the dome is I find a little soft sculpt. If it wasn't painted, I would have no idea that it was a bandage. I would just like, what the fuck is that?
Really?
Yeah. I would expect a little more detail. There's some nice little line work in his vest chest area, which is nice. There's a little line work in his legs, cloth folds that are okay.
I like the pouches on the arms and the knee pads.
He has some goofy, oversized feet, but then...
You think they're oversized?
I don't.
I mean, he's a fish.
Right, but his body is just a guy.
Right, but he's in a suit, though, so the boots are oversized.
The paint, for the most part, is pretty well applied, as far as I can tell. There's a few spots where the gold could use a second pass.
Oh, his boots... The silver on the boots, so is thin. You can see the boot color underneath coming through. He's also got this, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but this patch of white right here on his knee. It's ultimately not going to matter to me because I'm going to paint it anyway.
I think it's just a mistake.
I don't know.
It doesn't look...
I don't know.
The sculpt work on the face is pretty nice. Again, not knowing what this character looks like, I'm assuming it's accurate. The picture on the box is a 3D picture from the game and is not a picture of the toy.
Because he has a hand on the picture of the box that he does not have on the toy.
Yeah. which was the first thing I wanted to put on him once I picked him.
Mm-hmm.
Saw the picture. Anyway, so it's pretty good. It is not, in my opinion, up to the level of the McFarlane version, but as he is for a custom, I love it. He has
40 points.
Points of articulation.
Fuck you, McFarlane.
This guy has less than 40 points of articulation because his shoulders are glued in place. This here on both sides is too tight.
He can't put his arms out. He can just do a 360.
Right. So I'm going to take an X-Acto
Yes.
knife to those.
Then he has pretty much all the regular joints you'd expect.
Yeah.
About the only thing different from a McFarlane toy is that
Double
he
jointed
has
elbows.
knuckle articulation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
his wrists are swivel and not on ball pegs.
The hands open and close.
Can you show where he moves at the head again, please? I missed that.
Oh, he swivels at the helmet.
So how is the fish connected in there in the bowl? Is he glued to the bottom of the bowl? Oh. Well, that's clever.
The translucent piece appears removable from the base. I'm going to try that tonight. And possibly get the fish out of the bowl. The custom neck will go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the articulation, but the size of the stuff that is gummed up works okay. My big negative on him is that when he kicks his leg forward due to the sculpt, he doesn't actually kick that forward at all. It starts to bend off to the side because it's not sculpted to give a...
Do the McFarlane guys have boot swivel? This guy has
I don't
swivel
think they
boots.
do.
No.
His boots were all akimbo when I first got him out of the package.
Yeah, these guys I feel do have more
Slightly more.
articulation.
He's got one squeaky torso.
But I feel the range on the articulation that they do have is not always up to snuff. And then he does come with a bunch of stuff.
Now this is personally where I think Jazwares really shines over McFarlane.
Accessories?
Yes.
So today we're into lots of accessories.
He comes with popcorn
Woo!
for unknown reasons.
Because fish love popcorn. Duh.
That's what I've heard.
Does that connect to him in any way, or is he just supposed to hold
There is
it?
this slot, and it's the same slot that I just found on this crystal. I don't know what that does. I believe this is his harvesting tool,
It is his harvesting.
and now he has harvested a crystal.
Yay!
Look at us know Fortnite
Suck it, Fortnite.
experts. He comes with this gun, who I was playing with this before we started filming. The stock is really too short for his arm. So he winds up holding it like this. Sort of works. The hand doesn't hold the guns very well.
It's got a decent sculpt and paint for a Jazwares toy.
I think the harvesting tool has the best paint. Decent sculpt too. I mean, I don't know what it's supposed to look like or even what direction it's supposed to face. There's also this gun, which he had in the opening footage. There we go. Decent. I mean, it's pretty plain.
Does he hold that one
About the same.
about the same?
Yes. And a backpack.
That has some pretty weak paint, but has a cool water effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the gaps in the thing are so he can hold them. In the popcorn and the jewel, just to put his hand in.
Come on, broken foot.
That technically works.
There you go. Have some popcorn. I wish that was articulated.
It is, isn't it?
Nope.
No.
Really?
This one isn't.
I bet you if McFarlane made it, it would be articulated.
It would totally be.
Yeah, totally.
But that's neither here nor there.
And then you could have a 7-inch underwater space guy.
And how much did this guy run you? 20?
So I'd been looking at him, thinking about a custom. I was in Target over the weekend getting a Christmas present, and I walked into the toy aisle. All of Fortnite stuff was 20% off, and I said, okay. So he was 20% off, $20.
I gave him a thumbs up if he were making him into a custom.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't like him?
No.
Not one bit.
I don't like the color choices. The paint is kind of weak. He is nowhere near as good as some of the other Jazwares guys articulation wise. He looks like a 90s Playmates toy to me.
Interesting. I think he's better than that. I do recommend him. I think possibly just as a custom again. I think there's a lot of potential to do things with him. But this is my one, possibly only Fortnite figure. I think I've said in previous videos, I really like the character designs. I have no attachment to the property. And I've been trying to avoid going down the rabbit hole of just buying cool figures because they look cool.
How dare you even belong? You don't even belong on this show.
So I bought him because he was on sale and because I had a plan to customize him.
So I will give him a thumbs up with some caveats. For those of you who care about scale, he's obviously only going to fit in with your 6-inch guys. I do agree that I think McFarlane does some of the paint a little better, but I find that the Jazwares at this price point for a $20 toy, you are getting more than your money's worth compared to some other things that you can get at the same price. I love the goofiness of the character. I want to say I think McFarlane may be making this guy. Don't know for sure. I like the finger articulation, even though it doesn't always work with guys. For $20, with the large amount of articulation and the way the character looks with that paint and the number of accessories that he comes with, you're getting your money's worth. Now, whether you find that the accessories are usable or not, that's different. I don't know if I would ever use the popcorn. I don't know that it necessarily fits with the character, but I don't know Fortnite.
Give it to Damien.
That's true. The guns, I think, look nice, and the guns are cool. And actually, that's one of the few harvesting tools that I've seen with any Fortnite, be it McFarlane or Jazware, where I actually would probably display him with it or use it. It's a nice piece, even to set up like beside him. The jewel, I don't know the purpose of that either. Maybe a bomb, may not be. But right now, if I had to decide between the guy dying or the guy doing the murdering, I would actually choose the guy dying.
Interesting.
The guy murdering, while maybe a better figure, isn't as interesting and unique to me as the fish head in the bowl. I think the way they did the fish head in the bowl looks really good and works really well. Like the fish itself is painted very well.
This guy's head's too small.
So on that note, that's been it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Try and maybe start a debate between... Yeah, there's no comparison. Nobody on that table can take that guy on. Yeah.
Even in the background, he's towering over them.
Yeah. Maybe start a discussion, McFarlane versus Jazwares. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a discussion on one of the round tables. Or not. Who cares? But hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe to the channel. All the social media stuff is in the show notes. Thank you, Toast, for supplying one of your toys for a review.
Sure.
And if anybody out there has any suggestions, reasonable suggestions of toys they'd like to see, or any reasonable suggestions of change to the channel, let us know. We may listen, we may not. And until next time.
Boink doink doink.
Blop, 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 blop. Oh man, I was ripping farts outside. That would have fucking killed Ethiopians.
Jesus Christ.